Inside the AHSAA, your weekly look at Alabama prep athletics. Brought to you by Russell Athletic, Wilson, Team IP, Cadence Bank, Coca-Cola, Encore Rehabilitation, Farmers Insurance, and AL.com.
Welcome to the Alabama High School Athletic Association Weekly Update, heard exclusively on the Alabama High School Athletic Association Radio Network. I am Randy Lee, and I bring news from this week's top stories from the AHSAA.
Carver Montgomery High School quarterback Jeremy Johnson was selected Mr. Football by the Alabama Sports Writers Association for the 2012 prep football season. Johnson became the 31st recipient of the award, which began in 1982. The 6'6", 219-pound Auburn commitment selection was announced at the ASWA's Mr. Football Luncheon in Montgomery Wednesday. The luncheon, which also honored 42 Player of the Year finalists, 3 linemen, and 3 backs in each of the AHSAA's 6 classifications and the AISA, was held at the Alabama Activity Center here and was presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association. Johnson was 198 of 293 passing for 3,193 yards and 31 touchdowns as he led the Wolverines to a 12-2 record. The senior also rushed for 705 yards on 105 carries and added 8 more touchdowns. He passed for 2,432 yards and 24 touchdowns as a junior. Johnson was also named Class 6A Back of the Year by the ASWA. He edged out Class 2A Back of the Year quarterback Ardarius Stewart of Fultondale by 2 points in the final ASWA balloting member sports writers. Johnson received 5 first-place votes, and Stewart had 5. Sophomore running back Kerryon Johnson of Madison Academy was 3rd with 112 points, and Class 6A Lineman of the Year Reuben Foster, a linebacker at Auburn, was 4th with 102 voter points. The closest previous vote came in 2009 when Cherokee County's Cody Blanchard beat out Demopolis running back DeMarcus James 165 to 162. Johnson, who was selected to the ASWA's Super 12 team, played in the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star Game and the U.S. Army All-American Bowl All-Star Game. He was also named to the ASWA All-State basketball team as a junior, as Carver won the 6A state title and is one of the leading candidates for the 2013 Mr. Basketball Award. Other AHSAA Backs of the Year, as selected by the ASWA, were 1A, Rodney Camp of Phillips, quarterback, 3A, Courtney Foy, midfield athlete, 4A, Jordan Chun, Madison County running back, and 5A, Johnny Cook, Spanish Fort defensive back. Other AHSAA Linemen of the Year, as selected by the ASWA, were 1A, Damian Davenport, McIntosh linebacker, 2A, Fred Rich, Tanner linebacker, 3A, Torrendon Harris, midfield defensive lineman, and 5A, Zach Cunningham, Pinson Valley linebacker.
Stay tuned for more of Inside the AHSAA right after this.
With over 40 years of combined experience, SignSource is the premier sign supplier for Central Alabama. From illuminated and monument signs for your business, to banners, car wraps, or political yard signs for the individual, SignSource can do it all. We specialize in designing sign concepts that get results. Contact us today at 256-825-0197 or on the web at signsourcenow.com. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Customer service continues to be priority number 1 for Lee Apparel. Keeping with this mission, Lee Apparel is proud to announce the unveiling of the new website, leeapparel.com. Customers now will be able to go and shop for corporate and athletic apparel, customize their own design for these products, and order all at the click of a button. Whether it be for a club at your school, the youth group of your church, or helping to promote your growing business, leeapparel.com is the fun and simple way to get the job done. Designing your own t-shirts has never been easier. Check out leeapparel.com today.
Faulkner University in Montgomery will host a 7-game girls basketball classic on Martin Luther King Day next Monday. Games will get underway at 9 a.m., with Greenville taking on St. Jude at 9 a.m. Rounding out the impressive schedule of Central Alabama teams will be Prattville versus Brubaker Tech at 10:30 a.m., Lee Montgomery versus Columbus, Georgia at noon, Jeff Davis versus Lafayette County, Mississippi at 1:30 p.m., Carver Montgomery versus Greater Atlanta Christian at 3 p.m., defending 6A state champion Hoover versus Blount at 4:30 p.m., and Stanhope Elmore versus Sidney Lanier at 6 p.m. Hoover 14-4 and Blount 21-3 appear to be the headliner, but Carver will put its unbeaten 15-0 record on the line against powerful Greater Atlanta Christian. And finally, 3 prep baseball coaches are going into the Alabama Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame Friday night. 5 active coaches, including 3 prep coaches with strong AHSAA ties, will be inducted into the Alabama Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame on Friday, January the 18th, at a banquet set for 6:30 p.m. at the Birmingham Marriott Hotel. ALA-BCA Executive Director Barry Dean announced today. The inductees include Hoover High School baseball coach Rick Davis, Satsuma High School baseball coach Mike Zemansky, Samford University assistant coach Gerald Tuck, and Southern Union Community College Joe Jabbo Jordan, and former Huffman and Shades Valley High School head coach Dick Steed, who will receive the ALA-BCA's prestigious Distinguished Service Award for 2013. All 5 men have had a major positive impact through their passion for baseball and teaching, said Dean. They have touched the lives of hundreds of student athletes as a result. A press conference will kick off the festivities at 5 p.m., followed by a reception for the inductees at 5:45 p.m. The Hall of Fame banquet highlights the 18th annual ALA-BCA convention and clinic, which begins Thursday, January the 17th, and concludes on Saturday, January the 19th at the Marriott. In addition to the Hall of Fame induction, the awards dinner will also recognize Prep Coaches of the Year in each classification for 2012, as well as Prep Players of the Year, JUCO and College Coaches of the Year, among several other special awards, including the prestigious Sammy Dunn Memorial Award. Author and motivational speaker Todd Gongwer will be the keynote speaker. Gongwer wrote the popular inspirational book, Lead, for God's Sake. Be sure to follow AHSAA News on Twitter at AHSAA Updates.
That's going to do it for this week. Make sure to tune in next week for Inside the AHSAA.